I wish you weren't born. Why would I have kids? I heard that so much that by the time I was age 9, 10, I hated my parents.
Adam Shee craved love and acceptance, something he never had growing up.
Unconditional love in my household and growing up and really in my culture, it was a completely foreign concept. And I remember my mom saying several times, "You're supposed to do good." So there's really no reason to say anything unless it's a criticism. I felt like they didn't love me, and I certainly did not know how to love them back. I wanted the love that I saw my friends getting. I don't blame them. This was the culture and really the stronghold in which they were brought up. I was very angry as well. I remember telling my friends in the neighborhood I literally hated my parents.
His hatred led to rebellion. Adam would try anything to upset his parents.
From cigars to cigarettes to marijuana to basically you name it, I would try it. As my rebellion grew, their expectations would shrink. I remember saying, "Mom, I'm not going to college. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to work a 9-to-5 job. I'm not interested in school." After high school, I just messed around.
With no real purpose, Adam drifted from one thing to the next. About this time, he met Lexi. They started dating and soon were engaged. Lexi's mom, Carrie, asked him to join her family business.
I began to really get to know Carrie, who was going to be my future mother-in-law, and their family. Actually, in some ways, very similar to my family in that there was turmoil. My wife's parents, they split up, they got a divorce. I began working more and more in the family business because of my mother-in-law's burnout.
In her despair, Carrie started reading her Bible.
And all of a sudden she starts talking about Jesus. And she says she's a Christian. And I didn't know God, but I figured, hey, whatever works for you. You know, if this is helping you get right, do it.
Carrie decided to make God the focus of her business and changed its name to Actors, Models, and Talent for Christ.
That was a huge change for this family business that had already been in business for 25 years at that point. And I didn't understand, but I was respectful.
Even though Adam saw Carrie's changed life, he still had doubts that God was real.
I remember there was a point in time, and I was just driving in my truck. I spoke out loud and I said, "Well, God, if you're there, prove it to me. Make yourself real."
And God did. He showed himself to Adam in many ways, even one night in a dream.
I saw this man. I noticed he, had a beard, and he seemed like kind of a big guy. I just kept getting this sense that this man deserved respect. And as I got nearer to him, he opened his arms, and I fell in his arms. It's about 7 a.m., October 19th of 2008, and that's when I officially surrendered to God. It was kind of a courting process, with God and me. It's like God knew exactly what I needed. Having experienced the love, the grace, the forgiveness, the mercy of Jesus Christ, and living in that surrender to God has changed everything for me. And I have purpose. I know what my purpose is, and that is the most fulfilling thing. And if you're on the fence, if you're just not sure, well, then do what I did. Ask God to reveal himself. Be sincere in your heart. Just do it like I did. God, show me you're real. Prove it to me. And I promise he will.